Hi there, I'm Emily McCormick. I'm a 4-H volunteer and a hobby dog trainer, and I'm here to talk to you today about dog enrichment. So every animal needs enrichment for their good mental health and physical health. And a lot of animals don't get exactly the enrichment that they need. So we're going to talk today about a few things that you can do with your dog at home to provide enrichment. And there's several different ways that you can do that. You can enrich your dog's life by taking them out into new environments, allowing them to smell. A lot of dogs really love to smell well and smelling different things, right? So taking them on nice long strolls where they can sniff. We call those dog-led walks, right? You can also provide food enrichment, which is primarily what we're going to talk about today. So I have a whole bunch of assorted stuff with me today. One of the more popular options are these commercially available, usually they're called puzzle feeders. So these often come with little pieces and parts. You can see I've got a lid here. You just load kibble into that, put your lid on. It wobbles, so your dog has to kind of knock those kibbles out. There's some other options too. We've got, rolly ones. These come generally in different levels, right? So you might have a level 1, a level 2, or a level 3. If your dog has never done puzzle feeders before, you want to make sure that you start with level 1, right? These much easier puzzles before you try to move on to more advanced puzzles. There are also different options for slow feeders. So you can see this one, you just dump the kibble straight in, and it slows them down a little bit. These are great if your dog eats really fast, right? We want them to enjoy their meal and savor it, just like you would as a person. If they eat too quickly, it can cause digestive problems and upset. So there's a couple other ones. You can see here I've got another little wobbler. And a lot of people really enjoy kind of these stuff-it feeders, right? So they generally have some kind of hole here at the bottom. And you're going to want to fill that with just about anything. Peanut butter is always a great option. You can use canned pumpkin as well. Make sure that it's 100% pumpkin and not pumpkin spice. And you can also put kibble in the bottom of this and some tasty toppings, right, like that peanut butter on the top. Another popular option is these lick-it mats, right, or some variety thereof. You can see they've got nice little grooves on there. I like the ones with the suction cups on the back, so that way you can kind of stick it down in place and your dog doesn't have to chase it around the room. And a lot of dogs really enjoy chewing. So you can find tons of commercially available bones. You also have pig's ears or other animal products. Those are great. But I also love introducing some veggies in my dog's diet. And I love not having to waste food. So you can see I've got some celery here that's kind of limp. I wouldn't want to put it in my pot roast, but you'll find that a lot of dogs really enjoy shredding. That's another common activity. If you get the newspaper or you get those kind of junky, spam mailing magazines are really great for shredding too, so long as your dog's not going to eat them. And so basically what we're doing with all of these options is replicating what dogs would do in the wild to get their food. And that's why a lot of dogs find it so enriching, right? It fulfills a natural need. And sometimes you'll find that filling those natural needs will eliminate some other nuisance behaviors, right? Like shredding your carpet, for example. Especially if you offer something every now and then like cabbage. I have a dog that loves to shred cabbage or like the outer leaves on a chunk of lettuce. And then there also are some DIY options we can do too. So you see I've got a muffin tin here. This one's really great if you don't have a lot of these commercially available feeders. You can definitely make your own enrichment and your own puzzles. So with a muffin tin, for example, you could take and fill it with your dog's kibble and set tennis balls in the top. You could also wad up some newspaper to stuff those in the top of those muffin tins and let your dog kind of sort and figure out the puzzle. Old towels are another great way to use some items around your home and enrich your dog's life. You can see this one is very well loved. But my favorite thing, if you're looking for something similar to those puzzle feeders, is you can fill kibble and put kibble in some of these boxes. And this can just be old boxes around your house. You're going to nest them together and your dog will kind of sort and try to pull things apart to get all those kibbles out. Paper towel rolls are another really great way to do that. I like to actually take the little toilet paper rolls, put a few kibbles in there and kind of fold at either end, right? And it makes a lovely little puzzle that they have to figure out. If your dog gets frustrated with that, You can also try cutting some holes in a longer tube, like a paper towel tube, and again, fold those ends in. That way, as they roll the paper towel around on the ground, some of those kibbles fall out, and they can kind of hunt for their food, if you will, that way. Another really popular option is to use a towel, and you can actually take an old towel, drop some kibble in there, you can roll it up, you can tie it in little knots, right? Kind of wad it up, let your dog sort and sniff through that. And some people really love, they're called snuffle mats. It's usually like a fleece, they've got little fleece ties on them. You can stuff kibbles down in that. If you don't have one of those, you can see I've brought a bath mat with me. You can kind of jam some kibbles down in there and feed it to your dog as his usual meal. So there's plenty of ways that you can add diversity to your feeding your dog to enrich their life and really make them happier and healthier pets. I've got Ruger here with me, who's going to demo our last puzzle, which is our nested boxes. So for this puzzle, I just took some empty boxes that I had lying around the house. I put some kibble in there. I've also added some newspaper for a little extra difficulty here. So, and I'm going to seal the end of the box. I'm going to let him go ahead. And this is so much fun to do at home, you know, hours and hours of endless entertainment right there. When we isolate them for 8 hours while we're having to work or otherwise, they enjoy having a nice break from that. So that brings me to a couple of safety things. You should always, always, always supervise your pet if you're giving them enrichment. So never leave them alone with any of these items, especially if you've got a young puppy who might chew on things or tend to ingest them. You also want to make sure that if you're allowing your dog to eat something like these very lovely chunks of celery, that they're in big enough bites that they either can't fit them in their mouth entirely, or you'll want to chop it into small segments so that way they're not a choking hazard. If you choose to offer a commercially available chew like this, make sure you pick a size, again, that's big enough that the entire thing can't fit in your dog's mouth. Once they chew it down, sometimes you'll find that it gets to a length where it might become a choking hazard. Purchase a new one and swap it out for the old one, so that way you're reducing the risk of choking for your pet. If you have a multi-pet household, you're going to want to make sure that you separate pets while feeding them or giving them enrichment or treats like these. That way you avoid disagreements and everyone in your house is safe. You'll also want to consult with your vet before feeding your pet anything that's outside of their regular diet. Talk to your vet. You can look online too. The American Kennel Club has some really great resources about what foods are safe and unsafe for dogs. And make sure that you're avoiding toxic foods like chocolate, avocados, most nuts, those types of things. So always make sure that you're providing safe enrichment and definitely make sure that you separate any children as well. So if you're feeding your adult dog, or your puppy, your older dog, make sure that your kids are somewhere else. So that way, again, you don't have those disagreements in your household, right? We want everybody to enjoy their enrichment safely. You'll want to watch for signs of resource guarding. Resource guarding is a normal dog behavior. As a matter of fact, people do it too, right? Have you ever gone to get French fries and your significant other or someone in your household is, ooh, let me have some of those. We do the same thing, right? We pull it away, we say, no, it's mine. Dogs are prone to doing the same thing. If you notice your dog resource guarding, you'll want to make sure that you get in contact with a certified animal trainer who uses positive reinforcement to address that behavior. Even though it's a normal and natural dog behavior, it can be dangerous, and we want to make sure that everybody in your household is safe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're able to do some of these projects for your dog's mental health. And remember, when you keep your dog healthy, you keep yourself healthy.